that after Hazrat sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Nabuwat was granted only to Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salam. So do we conceive from that it has to come to an end at Hazrat sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? This would also raise another very nasty question. If this is the meaning of Khatam al-Nabiyyin, the one to whom the Nabuwat, at whom the Nabuwat comes to an end, then will Hazrat Masih Maud be the Khatam al-Nabiyyin? These two questions are very closely related. So first of all, if the word, the term Khatam al-Nabiyyin means there can be no prophet of any sort after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam cannot be a prophet of any sort. Khatam al-Nabiyyin is only Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah. None else shares this Khatamiyat with him, either in the past or in the future. He was Khatam even before his advent, and that is what we read in the traditions of Hazrat Rasulullah Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He says, I was Khatam before Adam was turning in his primordial soup of his creation. As if something is turning over like this before it is made. So he said, before Adam was turning in and around in his state of primordial soup or primordial state of his creation, I was a Khatam even before that. So if the word Khatam means there can be no prophet whatsoever in any form, in any sense, after the Khatam has come, then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was made Khatam before Adam. So the entire line of prophethood comes to an end there, should have come to an end. So the word Khatam should be first understood. The word Khatam in reality means the very top, beyond which nobody can even be conceived. The end of line in status, in position, in command. Over and above whom there can be no person belonging to that category. So in this respect, Khatamiyat is timeless. A man who is Khatam even before the prophets were born would remain Khatam after the man comes to an end as a species. He will still remain a Khatam. Khatam means the very best, above whom there cannot be anything. This is the Arabic usage which we find applicable to all other situations where the word Khatam is used. For instance, if you buy a collection of poetry of Mutanabbi, for instance, there you will find his title as Khatam al-Shu'ara, a poet who was the Khatam. Now, does it mean that no Arab poet was born ever after Mutanabbi? Of course it cannot mean that, because the hundreds and thousands of poets who were recognized as poets who were born among the Arabs and others. So you can't be Khatam al-Shu'ara in that sense. But this type of usage is plentiful in every sphere of human activity. Even Bu Ali Sina, the great physician whose book The Canon is recognized also in Europe even today, he is referred to by the Arabs, and this is written also on his great thesis Al-Canon, Al-Qanun it was originally, as Khatamul Atibba, the Khatam of all physicians. And we know, in fact, all physicians worth the song appeared after him, not before him. He was the beginner of that school of philosophy on which modern science is born. Modern science of cure and healing is born. And yet he is referred to as Khatam. But leaving that aside, now I turn to the usage of word Khatam by Hazrat Aqdas Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam himself. It is reported that addressing Hazrat Ali, he said, "O Ali, you are Khatam of the pious or Asfiya." Or Asfiya means those people who love God and remember God and who are purified by God. So Hazrat Rasul Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said to him, "You are the Khatam of pious people, as I am the Khatam of the prophets." How would you translate this? If Khatamiyat means all types of prophethood came to a dead end at the appearance of the Khatam among the prophets, then it would mean that Hazrat Ali was the symbol of the dead end of the road to piety. No pious man would ever be born after him. Would you take it as that? Certainly not. So this means that the word Khatam should first be fully understood, and then we turn to the future possible prophet. But the Holy Quran further explains it by telling not only that Rasul Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the last in station and stature, but also it says that his teaching had been perfected. Because if he is the greatest prophet, how could he be the greatest if his teaching was not the greatest? So that is a logical conclusion of the same claim, that the teaching of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam should have been perfected, otherwise he couldn't be the greatest of prophets. And that is exactly what the Holy Quran has said. Al-yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-islam deena. Today, this day, we have perfected the teaching and brought to full consummation the nema, that is prophethood, and from now on we are happy and satisfied with the faith Islam. So this means a prophet is Khatam, who is the very best. A prophet is Khatam when his teaching is perfect and no other teaching can ever supersede it. This also blocks the way of Bahaiyat, totally and perfectly. No Bahaiyat after Islam. And then the Holy Quran also goes on building the same theme by describing what Khatamiyat is, by declaring that Khatam is a prophet after whom no independent prophet can ever come. If a prophet can come, he has to be subordinate. Because if the most perfect prophet has come, then only someone can be born under him to be guided to the stage of prophet, not apart from him, not independent of him. And this logical conclusion has also been made clear in a verse in Surah An-Nisa, where the Holy Quran says, وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ مِنَ النَّبِيِّينَ وَالصِّدِّيقِينَ وَالشُّهَدَاءِ وَالصَّالِحِينَ وَحَسُنَ أُولَٰئِكَ رَفِيقًا. مَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ, whoever obeys Allah and Ar-Rasul, this Prophet Muhammad. You have to believe in all prophets, but to obey after the advent of Islam is only essential with regard to Rasul Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You obey Allah and obey Him. That is all Allah requires of you. If you do that, what would happen? Would you be punished or rewarded? Rewarded. In what sense? Will you be rewarded to a degree that previously all those were rewarded who obeyed other prophets, or less than that? Tell me. If obeying Muhammad, Musa for instance, or Isa or other prophets before them was rewarded, so also the obeying of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah is rewarded. Which reward should be greater, which should be less?
Rasulullah was rewarded.
Should be greater or less?
Greater.
Alright. So if by obeying other prophets, people were also rewarded to the status of prophethood, should it be denied to those who obey Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam or not?
उर्दू में थोड़ा सा मुझे
अगर पुराने अंबिया की पैरवी से, उनकी काबिल अताअत से एक इंसान को ये इनाम भी मिल सकता था कि वो नबूवत तक पहुंच जाए, उसे अल्लाह नबूवत अता करे, क्योंकि ये सबसे बड़ा इनाम है। तो रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम पहले अंबिया से अफजल थे कि नहीं थे?
अफजल थे उनसे।
उनकी अताअत के बाद अगर ये ऐलान हो कि अगर नबूवत ढूंढनी है तो पुराने अंबिया की अताअत करो, इस नबी की अताअत में नबूवत नहीं मिलेगी, तो ये अजमत का ऐलान है या कमतर होने का ऐलान?
रसूल पाक सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम पहले जो नबी थे उनकी,
अगर वहां ये कह देता
जी
कि अगर अताअत में तुमने नबूवत ढूंढनी है तो फिर तुम्हें पहले पैदा होना चाहिए था। रसूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम से पहले अंबिया की अताअत से तो मिल सकती थी, मगर इस नबी की अताअत से ये इनाम नहीं मिल सकता। अगर ये ऐलान कुरान करीम करता तो आपका क्या ख्याल है, रसूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की बड़ाई का इकरार कर रहा होता या नाउज़ बिल्लाह कम होने का? आपको तो ना अंग्रेजी समझ आ रही ना उर्दू समझ आ रही, पंजाबी बोलो।
नहीं, कम होता है मेरे ख्याल में, कम होता है।
हाँ बिल्कुल ठीक है, जोर से कहें, बिल्कुल सही है, यू आर क्वाइट राइट।
असल में हुजूर आपको बहुत अरसे बाद देखे, बात नहीं हो रही है।
सुना तो नहीं अरसे के बाद, या तो सुनने की बात हो रही है। Now I come to return to English again, please, if you permit me. I was telling you that the Holy Quran makes a declaration. Only the title is what I have just read to you. The title is before that declaration. Man yuti'illah wa rasula. Whoever obeys Allah and this prophet. What do you expect? Announcement of a reward or a punishment? A reward, of course. Announcement of a reward of an ordinary nature or of the highest degree. Because the prophet is highest, what is going to be announced later has to be of the highest degree of a unique quality. Right? And that is exactly what the verse declares before it ends. It says, وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ. Whoever obeys Allah and this Prophet Muhammad, فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ. From now on, only these will be the people who will be the recipient of rewards from Allah. All the rest have been cut out. So it's an announcement of a unique nature. The Holy Quran says, Ulaika, that is Hasar. Those who know the Arabic grammar, they know what I'm talking about, and all scholars agree on this. فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ is an expression of which is referred to in grammar as Hasar, which means from then now on, only these people will receive the favors of Allah. It does not mean small favors will be denied to others. It means the favors, recognized favors, the offices, spiritual offices which have been mentioned in the Quran will be now reserved for these people. What are those offices which are called favors? You know that? The Holy Quran goes on building. Nothing is left to your imagination. It says, فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ. These are the only people now who will receive favors of Allah, minan nabiyina, these will be from among the prophets, was siddiqina, and from among the righteous who are entitled siddiq, like Hazrat Abu Bakr, one was shuhadai, and these will be the people who will be entitled shaheed, was salihina, and ordinary righteous people, the lowest rung of status in Islam. These are the four status which are rewards for goodness. And the Holy Quran binds all these four to the obedience to Rasul Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and God, of course. If there was no type of prophet possible after the advent of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, why did God forget it when He revealed this verse? Had He forgotten that some time ago He had declared that there will be no prophet after Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? There can't be any consistency in Allah's word. That is what the mullah should understand, please. This verse is very clear in its message. It says that if you truly believe Allah and Rasul, this Rasul, now it depends on your degree of obedience. And if you also obey them, then no office is denied to you, even prophethood. From among the obedient servants of Muhammad Rasulullah, they will be prophets. They will be Siddiq, Shaheed, etc., etc. So the Holy Quran has not grudged any believer who truly obeys Hazur Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam any office. How can mullah snatch that office from us? So this is the issue which in fact you raised as a question. So no Ahmadi can say that Hazrat Masih Maud Wasalam is Khatam. There is no Khatam but Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah. No Ahmadi can even claim that he is the last of prophets of any sort, because this verse will remain in the Quran even after Hazrat Masih Maud Islam. He has gone back to his master, like all of us will, but the Quran remains. If you recite Quran, even today it will be giving you the message. وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ. Whoever obeys Allah and this Prophet will be rewarded, and the rewards would be in the form of his being a prophet, a Siddiq, a Shaheed, a Saleh. So how can you take a position contradictory to this message of the Quran? But we don't know. All we can say is, we don't know. If a prophet comes, he will have to support his case with the help of the verses of the Quran, with the help of the traditions and clear prophecies of Hazrat Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If he does that and proves his case, then of course he will be accepted. Otherwise he will be rejected.